Dolemite Is My Name is a Netflix film starring Eddie Murphy from 2019, directed by Craig Brewer and penned by the screenwriting team of Scott Alexander and Larry Karaszewski of Ed Wood, Man on the Moon, Agent Cody Banks, and Goosebumps fame. This film centers around the real-life story of Rudy Ray Moore, an African-American musician and stand-up comedian turned actor, made famous for his 1975 self-produced film, Dolemite. Dennis is my name, fucking up motherfuckers is my game, and this is my watch list. There was a good deal of hype surrounding this movie when it first released in late 2019, but for whatever reason, I've pushed it off until recently. I suppose out of my own snobbery, I didn't make time for it since there was initial awards buzz for the movie that ended up going nowhere. Though I was a big fan of Eddie Murphy as a kid, so I was excited to hear that he was going to be back in a big movie again. Looking at his filmography, he didn't stop making movies completely in the 2010s, but he might as well have. So I finally buckled down, ordered some awesome Mexican food, and watched this movie on a lazy Sunday evening. And I fucking loved it. The last movie I saw Eddie Murphy in that I liked was probably The Haunted Mansion back in 2003 when I was 8. Other than that, he was Donkey in a couple Shrek sequels, which doesn't count, and I think I saw Tower Heist, which was eh. So if you're itching for some good old Eddie Murphy, I gotta say, this movie scratches that itch just on the weight of his presence alone. But enough ass kissing. Time to tell you a little bit about this movie. So Dolemite Is My Name is about Rudy Ray Moore, as I said. He's this down-on-his-luck nightclub MC who has been hustling in Hollywood for some time, trying to get a music career off the ground and then a comedy career. He's inspired to adopt the stage persona of an urban legend called Dolemite he heard about from a homeless man. His comedy career begins to take off, so then he sets his sights on making a Dolemite movie. This movie follows Rudy's journey to get that movie made. In the same vein as James Franco's film The Disaster Artist about the making of The Room, Dolemite Is My Name follows the hijinks of characters struggling to follow their dreams in oftentimes ridiculous ways. What sets this movie apart from similar films I've seen is that this film really isn't centered around the creation of the original film. It's entirely focused on the character of Rudy. What's important to Rudy becomes important to this film. We are taken on this journey entirely through his perspective, and this is never more present than in the very final scene of the film, which I won't spoil, but it's a story about this one man, what's important to him, and what truly makes him happy. It's as feel-good a movie as I can remember without a moment of being cheesy or corny. In fact, this movie is downright raunchy in ways I was not expecting. I've never seen the original Dolemite movie, nor its sequels, though this movie has me desperate to check them out. But from the scenes shown in this film, it would appear they are honoring the raunchy sense of comedy that Rudy Ray Moore had. This truly feels like a passion project from a cast and crew who have admiration for their subject. The cast for this movie is also excellent, with familiar names like Craig Robinson, Keegan-Michael Key, and Wesley Snipes rounding out the secondary characters. Da'Vine Joy Randolph, who portrays Lady Reed, is a refreshing presence in the film. I've never seen her work before, but she had great chemistry with Eddie Murphy, and I appreciate what the film did with her character. There are even a good deal of fun cameos from big-name celebrities you might not expect who I also won't spoil. I thought the direction, costume and set design, and script were all excellent. I cannot think of any noticeable flaw with any of these elements. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone because I want you to check this out. But again, I just want to say that I really enjoyed this movie while I was watching it. It was a fun time, it's not an earth-shattering film, but it's got an energy to it that I feel like a lot of movies have been missing lately. There's a certain natural momentum that builds and doesn't ever seem to slow down. It all wraps up neatly and it is able to tie a bow on the character of Rudy with the very last scene that made him so endearing. It isn't often that a last scene can inform you of a character, especially a character that you've been with for 2 hours already, but this movie manages to give you one last look at Moore while simultaneously broadcasting the theme of the film while remaining extraordinarily subtle. It's a great movie to the very end. It should have been nominated for a damn award, so my snooty snob ass would have watched this sooner. I'm gonna give Dolemite Is My Name a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Maybe I'm just riding high from that Mexican food, but I thought it was one of the best comedies I've seen in years. This movie delivers an excellent character study and brings back Eddie Murphy with a great role, all while making me laugh and smile. I can't ask for much more than that. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Do you think this movie sucked and I'm a motherfucker in need of a good fucking up? Are you glad Eddie Murphy is back? Anyone else surprised the writers of this wrote Agent Cody Banks? What the fuck? Thank you for watching. If you're interested, please check out some of these other videos on the screen. And until next time, that's about that.